Your screens on SABC Sport with our partners SEI Sport, and it's round 6 of the World Sports Betting Carlton League with the side second on the log, Betway Centurion, up against losing finalists from a season ago, Northam Rhinos. Are we in the shadow of the Gautrain up here in the nation's capital in Centurion? The crowd is in full numbers at Centurion Rugby Club, and why not? Because they're in second place on the log and looking good this season. Joining me, and it is such a privilege to have him back with us again, the Doc, Yanni du Plessis, sitting right next to me to have a look at today's game.
Good afternoon, Udo, and good afternoon, listeners. Yes, the day started with rain and very cold weather, but the sun is out. The second teams are playing incredibly hard rugby, so we have a very good afternoon of rugby lying ahead, and looking forward to seeing some good running rugby.
Yeah, the sun might be shining, but it is bitterly cold in Centurion at the moment. And those two fans right there, perhaps a little bit lightly dressed for the occasion, because I can assure you there's a wind chill factor up on the Highveld this afternoon that is keeping things very, very cool. And why not? There's some snow about, of course, in other parts of the country, but our focus is in Centurion. As we said, we're at Centurion up against Northam Rhinos. Now, we caught up a little bit earlier, of course, with the men putting it all together up here in Pretoria, the president of the Bulls Rugby Union, Willem Strauss, and the man who is CEO of the Blue Bulls Rugby Union, Dr. Eugene Hare. Willem, here we are, fantastic match in prospect, but let's just start very quickly and look back at Currie Cup Rugby. And if you look at it, especially in this region here, club rugby's very much been a pipeline for that next level.
Incredible, Udo. We are very proud about it. No less than 3 club players represented the Vodacom Bulls team in the Currie Cup semi-final. And in the Currie Cup final today, between Griquas and Pumas, there's no less than 18 players that have either played in the World Sports Betting Carlton League, in the Varsity Cup, or was part of our high-performance programs. So yes, definitely, the Vodacom Bulls can only contract 50 players, so it's fantastic that our club structures and our high-performance structures can continue to be a pathway for other players to professional rugby as well.
As former player at the highest level, is this level of the game getting better from what you've seen this season?
No doubt about it. I think what we at the Vodacom Bulls, the Blue Bulls Rugby Union have done in terms of investing resources and money into our club structure, supporting our clubs, making them relevant again, making them part of our value system. And Jake White and the rest of the coaches have been following it very closely, pointing at players and identifying players that will form part of our squads when the new season starts in season.
It's now called the World Sport Betting Carlton League. There's money behind it. What difference does that make?
Yeah, I think, in terms of the exposure, commercial partners getting involved like World Sports Betting, Northam. So it's fantastic for us, That's how we're going to grow this league. We want to make it, it's probably already the most professional and the dominant club league in South Africa, but we want to grow it even more and make it, even more attractive to potential partners to get involved.
Doc, good to have you here today. It's round 6 of the competition. Just talk to us about the context in which this game today is going to be played.
Yeah, thank you, Udo. Round 6, Naka's on top of the log still again, with Centurion second. And then Northam had a little bit of a slip, but they're there. They've got a few home games waiting for them, and they're always very dangerous when they play at home. But on the log, yes, at this stage, Centurion second, 4 points behind Naka, and then Northam is 5th at this stage. 4th, yeah.
If Centurion come away with a win here today, would that be a little bit of an upset, given how strong this Rhino side has been over the last couple of seasons?
Yes and no, because Centurion has always been there, and specifically playing at home. They're quite a dangerous team to play against. So, and they've fared very well during the season so far. They just had that one loss, but otherwise I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
We'll put it to the coaches, of course, in terms of what their strategy is, but what kind of rugby are we going to see between these two juggernauts?
It's going to be interesting. Northam's got a heavy pack, and they've got fast outer backs. So with the weather, the underfoot is a little bit wet, but I think it will be an open game. Centurion likes to open up the game, specifically in the second half. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game.
Right, we're back here at Centurion Rugby Club, of course, where today the home side, who celebrate their 50th year of existence, up against a tough cookie in the form of Northam Rhinos, the boys from the mining towns around Tabazimbi. They are hard. They are tough competitors, but this season have not had the best of times. Rhinos have played 5, they've won 2 and lost 3 games. But I'll give them this much: in every game that they've lost so far, it's been in very toughly contested matches, whereas Centurion this season have played 5, won 4 and lost just 1. But that loss came in the previous round against Harlequins. They went down 24 points to 26. The crowd is gathering in their numbers. As we said, it's a major anniversary for Centurion this year, which means that for every home game, the Centurion fans will be piling in. The side, of course, were semi-finalists when Centurion played in the Carlton Cup a couple of seasons ago. And that was as far as they went. Eventually, it was the Northam Rhinos and the Naka Bulla who went through to the championship match, with the Naka Bulls winning that game. So all to play for with the kind of start that they've had so far this season. Looking forward to a fantastic game. Minutes away, of course, from the big encounter in Heritage Rugby on SABC Sport today. But we caught up a little bit earlier with Flip de Kock, the coach of the Northam Rhinos, as well as a very interesting combination. Christo Besaidenout, senior and junior, former Springbok, and the other one playing in the Centurion side today.
Rian Brandt, dankie vir die tyd wat jy met ons kan spandeer. Eerstens, baie belangrike jaar vir julle rugbyklub of hoe?
Ja, baie belangrik in ons geskiedenis van Centurion Rugby Club. Dit is ook ons 50-jarige bestaanjaar. So ons wil hierdie jaar regtig waar ietsie spesiaal maak. Ons het 'n paar events wat ons beplan hierdie jaar, maar ek dink meer die ding wat ons wil doen is om dit meer spesiaal op die veld vir ons te maak en weer die Carlton te wen vir 'n slag.
Ja nee, ronde 6 van die Carlton League vandag. Julle self sit in tweede posisie. Baie goeie begin vir die seisoen.
Ek dink dit is 'n uitstekende begin. Ek het altyd vir ons gesê ons gaan dit wedstryd te wedstryd vat. Ek dink die eerste 2 wedstryde was ons belangrik. As ons daar deur kon gekom het met 5 punte elk, het ons voet in die deur. Ons onsself baie goed geprojekteer. 2 naweke terug 'n bietjie vasgeval, maar ons is nog reg waar ons wil wees.
Toe die Rhinos finaal toe is teen die Naka Bulla, was julle aan 'n semifinaal gewees. Kan julle daai een stap verder neem hierdie jaar of hoe?
Ek dink baie beslis. Ek dink wat ons beter het, ons het 'n beter, groter groepsisteem wat ons mee hardloop, kwaliteitspelers, en ek dink ons is reg hierdie jaar om 'n bietjie 'n verskil te maak in ons 50-jarige bestaanjaar.
Net so vinnig 'n kykie na vandag se wedstryd. Is 'n manne met 'n pak voorspelers wat skrik vir niks. Wat is julle plan teen die Rhinos vandag?
Nee, ons weet, groot swaar voorspelers. Ek dink as ons die bal kan hou by 3-4 fases, gaan ons beslis spasie aan die buitekant skep vir ons gevaarlike agterlyn. Dan sal ons kyk wat kan ons maak.
Father and son, one forwards coach, the other one a player in the team. And kom ons begin eers met senior Christo Besaidenout, voormalige boksspeler. Wat het jou na Centurion toe gebring?
Man, ek was hier op skool in Swartkop gewees eintlik, en toe daarna weermag toe en toe bietjie klub rugby speel, en ek het hier gespeel vir Centurion eintlik voor ek Tabazimbi toe is, en daarna ek het vir die Pumas ook gespeel, so ek het my Puma trui ook aan vandag. So en baie sterkte aan daai ons ook. So en toe het ek later aan begin betrokke raak by afrigting, en dit is my passie. Ons kom uit die omgewing uit en die klub is maar in ons bloed.
Fantastiese begin van die seisoen vir julle. Julle sit in tweede plek voor hierdie wedstryd vandag. Wat is julle ambisies vir die seisoen?
Nee, ons wil eindtyd gaan. Ek dink ons het 'n great klomp spelers bymekaar. Ons het 'n goeie mix van ouens wat met ondervinding en jong ouens wat inkom. So as ons dit bymekaar kan hou, dan ons wil eindtyd gaan.
Sê my, was dit 'n vereiste dat die junior, dat Cassie ook daar in die voorry gaan speel of hoe?
Nee, wel, as jy na sy bou kyk, was dit maar net so. Jy weet, hy's die logiese besluit. So ek het nog 'n ander seun ook. Wian het nou ongelukkig seer gekry so 'n paar weke terug, maar hy's ook aan die ander kant van die skram. So dis 'n groot voorreg om op te hulle van hulle af te rig. Partykeer weet hulle mos nou meer as die pa. So dis bietjie van 'n uitdaging. Stuur 'n ou partykeer vir anger management. Maar ons kom by en ek is baie trots op hulle en ek baie trots op hom.
Kom ons hoor by Cassie, want hy moet nou gereed maak vir die wedstryd vandag. Vertel ons, weg van wat jou pa nou te sê het, wat 'n afrigter is hy?
Nee, hy ken daarom sy storie. Skramgewys, ek het al baie by hom geleer. Ek luister nie altyd so baie op die lyn staan nou nie, want dit is dan nie met my forte nie, maar ja, skramgewys voel ek dit eintlik baie verbeter vandat hy gekom het 2019. So nee, dit is soms ja 'n bietjie anger management, maar op die einde van die dag moet mense dit verstaan, hy moet nog steeds meer 'n afrigter wees as wat hy 'n pa is.
En julle ry seker nie na die wedstryd in dieselfde kar huis toe nie, of hoe?
Ongelukkig doen ons. Dit spaar petrol in vandag se lewe.
Sê my, wat is jou verwagting van vandag se wedstryd en ook vir die res van die seisoen?
O nee, vandag gaan kliphard wees. Ons het al 'n paar keer teen Northam gespeel en ons weet hulle is 'n harde span. Ons moet maar net ons beste gee, stak in en aanhou werk. Hoop die bal van na ons kant toe en dit sal hopelik die beste draai van ons kant af. Met die langtermyn in die seisoen, ons het 'n baie goeie groep hierso. Baie jong spelers, baie ervare ouens. As ons net kan saam bly, saam speel, dan behoort ons dit eintlik te kan vat. Ja, nee, so ek sien 'n blink toekoms vir ons.
Starting here with Flip de Kock, the chairman and coach of Northam Rhinos. Flip, eerstens, nie die beste begin vir 'n seisoen vir julle nie, of hoe?
Ja, nee, verseker nie een van die beste begin van die seisoen nie. Bietjie ongelukkig 2 close games wat ons aan die verloor kant was. Maar ek glo ons gaan die dinge omdraai, verseker.
Wat kan ons verwag hier teen Centurion vandag?
Kyk, soos ek sê, ons is besig om die dinge om te draai. So 'n bietjie gaan skaaf aan die afrigting en bietjie 'n paar dingetjies verander en geïmplementeer. En die spelers is reg en positief. Al het ons games verloor, het hulle nog steeds gevoel hulle was in die wedstryde, selfs naka wat die wedstryd tot die 79ste minuut was ons voor gewees. So ons is reg vir vandag. Centurion altyd hard by die huis. Maar ek moet ook sê, laaste paar jaar het ons hulle nommer gehad en hopelik vandag kan ons dit weer doen.
Net so vinnig weg van vandag se wedstryd af. As ons kyk na Northam Rhinos, waar julle gebaseer is en hoe baie keer manne 'n skof moet gaan insit ondergrond voor hulle rugby gaan speel in die middag.
Absoluut. Ons speel baie keer op Saterdag waar die manne nog ondergrond werk eers en dan uitkom en dan moet hy op 'n Saterdag nog sy rugbywedstryd ook gaan speel. Baie van die klubs, ek dink in die Carlton Liga semi-professioneel. Ons ding nie teen daai manne, maar werk by ons nommer 1 verseker en rugby dan daarna, ja.
En dan by jou persoonlik, jy sien nie die afrigter hier, jy is die keerder, jy is die chairman soos ek nou gesê het, maar dan is jy ook op die myn 'n skoolhoof. Vertel ons 'n bietjie daarvan.
Ja, gesê die myn het so 'n klein skooltjie daar wat ons hanteer en in beheer is van. So 70 kindertjies, baie lekker, baie opgewonde oor dit en dit hou mens besig en dan in die middag is dit dan die rugby ook daarso, ja.
Waar kry jy tyd vir alles?
Jy kry nie tyd nie. Jy maak maar tyd. Ja, tyd is maar 'n faktor. Maar soos hulle sê, as jy met rugby die vrou moet verstaan, die rugby weduwee, so hulle noem hulle maar so. Dit tyd is maar min. Ja.
Alles van die beste vir vandag.
Baie dankie.
Ngivuka ngisasalani egqamile really awuze nazo.
You guys ready? Please, don't practice here. And 1, 2, 3.
The youth of 76 took a stand in fighting yesterday's struggles.
Kufuneka ube lidini lomzabalazo.
So kufuna ungitshela ukuthi yonke into engiyenzile ngiyenzela mahala.
It's your turn.
Don't look at things on the surface, but also align your passion to your academic qualifications.
Stay positive, motivated, focused, and your determination will pay off.
Jigizinto.
Guys.
Yes!
So umnandi bands.
Hashtag shape your future.
Okay, Chamis, get up in lunch.
I'm playing the play, my friend. Cut around 15 as long as I regenerate.
Risk everything, fear nothing, no regrets. Play hard or don't play at all and rise to the top. Catch the finest of local talent in the Heritage Rugby, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, OpenView 124 and also available on Telkom 1.
The lights come on and flash.
What they need most of all, Jenny, is some luck.
And action got underway, but look at this card. It's a very different and challenging role.
Oh, Taylor's rolled!
world's first female-only racing series.
This time it supports the global circus of Formula One.
And we go green, very good start. Sainz goes to the inside too. It's a historic day for Porsche as they take their first Formula E win.
Jumpstart your weekend with a little B-ball activity. NBA action brings you the best, the latest and so much more this Friday at 7 p.m. What's really good in the world of boxing? Keep up, watch Boxing Weekly this Friday at 7:30. And in the top 14 final, Casters is up against Montpellier live at 8:45 on SABC Sport on DTT, Telkom One and OpenView.
For the love of the game.
Just had a look at the second team encounter between these two sides, Centurion and Northam. At the moment, Centurion trailing by 4 points, 20-24 down. But if this is any indication to go for, the pace at which the ball is being recycled and run is fantastic.
Well, Udo, very good running rugby, and you were talking about the wind chill factor. The heat on the field makes up for all of that cold, and some of the play we've seen actually makes you feel warm here in your heart as well. Not a lot of kicking. They ran the ball, and the skill level is great, and very, very good end of the second team. Minute and a half to go, and four points down.
Which means that we're about 2.5 minutes away from our featured match here in Heritage Rugby. As we said, round 6 of action in the World Sportsbet Carlton League, where Centurion are in second place on the log table at the moment. They've had a tremendous start to the season. Have a look there, second place behind the flyaway side, Naka Bulls. They've just been so consistent the last 2 seasons, and their opponents, the Northam Rhinos, they've played 5, lost 2, and in fact won 2 and lost 3. That's not the position they want to be in for a team of their status.
No, not at all. But bearing in mind of the 3 games that they've lost 2 games by 1 point. So, I mean, very, very healthy, good competition, and great for club rugby in Northern Gauteng.
Yeah, you look at the benchmark, I suppose, in any of the major club situations. You look at the sides who have that varsity cup team in there, and you look at how these club teams compete. I can tell you, both Centurion and Rhinos ran Tukkies very close so far this season. Tukkies 34-31. Centurion were winners there, and against the Rhinos, in fact, it was their very first match of the season. A 1-point game, went down by 18 points to 19 to Tukkies.
Yes, I think that's 2 very good games, of course. But if you look at the team sheets, there's quite a lot of guys who've played in the Varsity Cup. Quite a lot of guys who've played in the Currie Cup and high-level rugby. So I think most of these guys know exactly what is needed to play well.
Well, this is how the sides will line up this afternoon. Let's have a look at the match 15s there. Betway Centurion, they are of course led by Christian Berger, the captain, who got married yesterday so that he could play in the game today.
Really? Well, what a boykie. I mean, rugby at this level is all about friendships and making friendships, so he's a proper team man if he's willing to do that.
You also look out for 8th man Adrian Bester, a man from Middelburg, went to Middelburg Technical High School there. And speaking of Varsity Cup, he's got experience from UJ between 2016 and 2019. He's played Lions under 19, under 21 Currie Cup rugby, and a man with some really good experience.
If I'm not mistaken, he's played for Marties as well in the Varsity Cup. So yes, probably one of the standout players, and can't wait to see him play.
Well, we heard from Coach Leon Brunt a little bit earlier and what his plans are. He knows that he's in a major battle, particularly up front against the Rhinos. Let's have a look at how that 15 for the Rhinos will be running out today. They have the change, of course, in captain, where Attilo leads out the side today. Their normal captain, Patrick Hutton, nowhere to be seen because he's suffering from injury. But here also plenty of age group Currie Cup rugby in the ranks of the Rhinos.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Kwesi Mkafu there from the Griffins, Attilo, the captain, PJ Besaidno's making his debut at centre. Maverick van der Merwe got injured. What a name for a player. And yes, the good thing about the Rhinos is everybody is local players, people that are from the area, and surely they play for their region as much as they play for their team.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how Johnny Veldhuizen goes in that number 10 jersey as well. He's got Kershwell Williams, the man they call Percy, who will be on his inside, playing at scrum half today, a man who can play in the 9 and 10 jersey. But Veldhuizen, a man who was at school not too far away from here, went to Affie's and matriculated there, played for the Northwest University Pucker team in Varsity Cup as well, and also in 2011, and I know it's a long way back, but was part of the SA Under-20 squad as well.
Yes, Johnny Veldhuizen, a great player. He played really well for Pucker, played in a few Varsity Cup finals. Then number 8, number 9, Willemse and Williams. Looking forward to seeing how they combine. It's a very, very important link from forwards to backs, and I think we can expect a great game from both of them.
Kershwell Williams, always a bit of a tricky player around the fringes, so look forward to that. Yeah, they've packed in, they dressed warmly, and we cannot wait for the action. It's Centurion Rugby Club up against Northam Rhinos, round 6 of the World Sports Bet Carlton League. You're on Heritage Rugby, are offering on SABC Sport in conjunction with our partners SEI Sport. We'll have kick-off in just a bit.
The lights come on and flash.
What they need most of all, Jenny, is some luck.
And action got underway, but look at this card. It's a very different and challenging role.
Oh! Taylor's rolled!
W Series, the world's first female-only racing series.
This time it supports the global circus of Formula One.
And we go green. Very good start. Rhinos goes to the inside too. It's a historic day for Porsche as they take their first Formula E win.
Love sports? Well, you're sure to love Wednesdays as well.
Ibench lethu lijimile, so throughout these 60 minutes, it truly is going to be epic.
Join Oliswa Zondo and Shampunizer as they dish it up for you. Get the juice, the 411. Get entertained and get to know your favorite athletes. Sport at 10. Live on SABC 1, Sport Channel on OpenView 124, SABC DTT, and on Telkom 1.
Lights out, W Series is underway. Oh, there's a hit! Jamie Chadwick's been hit! Oh, look at this! There's a change in the lead! And there's the move.
Head down and get up to the car in front.
Brilliant victory in the wet for Emma Kimmerleinen. Alice Powell gets through to give her the championship lead. Jamie Chadwick retains her crown in some style. This is W Series.
"2022 marks 50 years of existence for Centurion Rugby Club, and that's exactly where we are today, because it is the 6th round of the World Sportsbet Carlton League. They're hosting today side who were finalists a season ago, Northam Rhinos, all the way from Tabazimbi, and they come into this game in 4th place on that table. So all to play for. A win today for the Centurion boys after a start of 5 played, 4 wins, 1 loss, means that they can then rival the Naka Bulls right at the top of the table. With me to describe the action and analyze all the intricacies of what should be a fantastic game, Doc Yanni du Plessis, joining me for the first time in a very long while. Yanni, good to have you with us.
Well, Uda, yes. How nice is it to be at the Carlton League? Rugby in South Africa is very healthy. There's almost like a capacity crowd here, and the atmosphere is electric.
Yeah, and it coincides, of course, at a time. There's our good man, Emile van Zyl from SEI Sport, the group CEO. He's put all of this together for us so we could provide the offering to you here on SABC Sport. But the match coinciding with a week where South Africa's health authorities, Dr. Yanni du Plessis, they've just given South Africa a little bit of leniency in terms of mask wearing in the fight against COVID. So good to see the crowds back in and just a little bit more relaxed.
How nice is it to see people's faces again? I know the masks was necessary, but I can tell you, and I don't think I'm the only one, it's quite a relief to not need to look for a mask if you get out of your car or get out of your house, and seeing smiles on people's faces, wonderful, in the spirit of proper club rugby.
Ja, ek is seker as party mense wat vir die afgelope 20 maande of so versuim het om 3 keer 'n dag of 2 keer 'n dag tande te borsel, omdat hulle weet hulle die sekuriteit van 'n masker om agter te sit. Maar sien uit na 'n fantastiese wedstryd. Ja, die skare het hulle nommers hier uitgekom, en soos ons ook gesê het, 'n span wat in die semifinaal was 'n seisoen terug, het 'n geleentheid met die tipe begin wat hulle hierdie jaar het om al die pad te gaan, en dit is hulle ambisie. Hulle wil in die finaal speel van die Carlton League.
Wel, die Carlton Liga is absoluut legendaries in terme van klub rugby in Suid-Afrika. So enige span wat hierso speel, sal die begeerte hê om in die finaal te speel. En ek bedoel, as 'n mens kyk na die uitslae van hierdie span en na die vlak van rugby van die tweede span wat nou gespeel het, is dit nie vergesog vir hulle om te hoop om in die finaal te speel nie. Ek dink dit gaan 'n baie goeie wedstryd wees, en ek kan nie wag om dit te kyk nie.
Ek onthou dat verlede seisoen se finaal op Loftus, wat selfs 'n baie spesiale geleentheid was, wat tussen die Northam Rhinos en die Naka Bulle plaasgevind het, was 'n fantastiese finaal, waar albei spanne van hulle beste gegee het. Die kaptein op die dag, Patrick Hatting, hy is nou nie vandag beskikbaar nie, hy sit met 'n liesbesering, maar hy het 'n 3-kuns aangeteken in hy finaal, en sy span het nog steeds aan die verloorkant opgeëindig. Dis hoe goed die Naka Bulle was daai aand. Maar soos ons ook voorheen gehoor het, of vanmiddag gehoor het by Willem Strauss, interessant om te sien hoe hierdie vlak van rugby die volgende vlak, Karibeker rugby aanvoer met spelers wat deur die pipeline kom. 8 spelers wat teen mekaar meeding vandag in die Karibeker finaal. Hulle is almal manne wat afkomstig is van klub rugby net so seisoen terug.
Ja, ek dink klub rugby was altyd die voedingsbron van Suid-Afrikaanse rugby, en met professionaliteit was daar 'n hele paar groeipyne, maar ek dink definitief op die oomblik is klub rugby weer 'n absolute voedingsbron. En wie kan nie wag vir hierdie wedstryd nie, asook die Karibeker finaal tussen Griquas en Pumas vanmiddag.
Absoluut, daar kom die manne van Northam Rhinos, hy groot voorspelers, hy voorrooi, hulle is manne wat krag het. Sien uit na die scrims vandag. Centurion weet, dit gaan 'n groot uitdaging vir hulle wees. Die manne in die streep treie word aangevoer vandag deur kaptein Adrian Lou.
Wel, as 'n mens kyk na die voorspelers van al twee spanne, gaan hierdie 'n tradisionele Noord-Transvaal Bloubil rugby tipe wedstryd wees waar die twee pakke baie groot invloed op die wedstryd gaan hê en ja, mag dit so wees. Dit is dis waarop Suid-Afrikaanse rugby gebou is en best of luck sal ek sê vir beide spanne.
Last word there for Centurion will be had by their captain, Christian Berger. As we said, a man who was born and raised in these areas, went to Centurion High School and yesterday celebrated his nuptials, got married on a Friday. So he could be on television and play in this club match on a Saturday afternoon. That shows true commitment.
What a boykie. In France they say that rugby starts as a few friends playing around a ball. And one day when you finish, the ball will be gone, but your friends will remain. So yes, what a boykie. I salute him for that, and I hope that he's man of the match.
It will be fullback Timothy Townsend waiting for referee Stefan Galdenes to give him the signal to get matters underway. Timothy Townsend, a man who was born and raised in Nullspruit, but has ancestry back into Wales, so much so his ambition is to play for that Welsh national team one day. Goes backward, yeah, and now a chance for the forwards of Rhinos to set something up. It was, I think, Kwesi Nkafu took that ball into contact, and they spread it out wide. Cashwell Williams, Percy, as we call him, just gives it to Valtagen, who misses the touch finder. It's picked up by Reinhard Skutter. And now it's Townsend with a good run through the middle here, but a fantastic tackle in the middle of the park. That's what Rhinos are known for. Hard defense. And a side you just don't want to scrum against.
Very good to see the guys giving the ball a bit of air and not resulting in a kicking battle. Great cleans and great carries from Centurion.
Had a little half gap there by fly-off for Centurion, Quinton van Zyl. You see just the quality of the tackling here. That was Valtagen who took his man down. Now sniping, looking to break the line there is Kevin Osborne. And referee Galdenes has his arm up. And that will be the first penalty of the game.
Infringement at the ruck, as like you see a lot in rugby. It would be interesting to see whether they go for touch or whether they go for points. I think both of these sides desperately want to win this game. But early in the game, maybe go for touch.
It's a tendency we see in rugby at every level now. If you have that opportunity, so many teams now just exercising to set up for the line-out drive and not take the first three original or natural points that are on offer.
Well, many coaches believe that you can't have success in rugby if you can't stop a drive and if you can't drive. So that being rightly so, penalties leading to opportunities. So yes, that's very understandable.
Gerard van Graan hoping to find his jumpers in the line-out, targeting the likes of Marcus Mostert and Reinhard Skutter. Comes out on their side, a little bit sloppy. And the referee rewards Rhinos for that sloppy play by Centurion.
Well, the Rhinos are really good at ruck time. They're putting a lot of pressure on Centurion at ruck time. They did give away a penalty, but I think the few times they went for the ball, they really made it sloppy.
Hy is 'n mediese dokter, maar sy eerste skram, so wees ons skramdokter hier is iets waar ons na toe uitgesien het.
Al twee pakke lyk regtig goed en ek dink Northam met meneer Masemola daar op die vaskop slot dink gaan goed wees.
Cashwell Williams wat dit sal voer. Hierin so 'n bietjie slordig, maar is nog steeds op die kant van die bulle, of die Rhinos liewer. Regtervleuel daar met die bal in die hand. PJ Besaidenout.
Great carry. Great carry.
Die bal dra. Maar sy afgevat hier deur Centurion.
Wel gedaan Centurion.
Daar's nou geleentheid daar vir Quinton van Zyl wat sy agterlyn laat loop. En die kortbroek kom maar af van die man wat op die grond is. Nog steeds in die besit van Centurion. Vlak aangee. Man en bal daar.
Marcus Mostert baie goed gedoen om die bal behou te bly. Hy was bietjie op sy eie. Maar Kiewit Osborne hardloop hard en hy hardloop reguit en hy speel goed.
Lovely break here. Beautiful step inside. It's going to be a try. Fantastic work there by Kurtley Brankhuis to give Centurion the game's first 5 point. It was just a mini break here on the outside. Ball that was given by Gabriel Smith to the left winger. Still had a bit of work to do. And that little step inside left his man, Kershaw Williams, in the dirt. What a fantastic try that is.
Ooh, what a finish from Kurtley Brankhuis, one of the soldiers here in the team. Many guys who's playing for Centurion are in the Defence Force and in the Air Force, but he almost looked like a fighter pilot there on the way to the try line.
So it's jersey 22 of Gabriel Smith, a man born in George. Matriculated at Grootbrak Rivier Senior Secondary School to step up with the points kicking duties. We saw Timothy Townsend, of course, get them going at the start of play, kicking for touch as well. How accurate can he be? Can he add on the cream and the cherry on the cake here? Yeah, flag stay down.
Unfortunately not. What a try from Centurion. 4 minutes into the game, and they did really, really well. They attacked the blind side, and Mr. Brankhuis was over the line.
Yeah, so Northam Rhinos have the work cut out for them now, because it was from their possession that was eventually stripped away. That opportunity was created down the left-hand side. Play gets restarted here by Valdagen, kicking deep onto the right winger. And automatically there, a penalty.
Unfortunately for the tackler there, the ball carrier bended a little bit, or he uitgebuk, and the tackle just sliding up.
So it ended up being a little bit high. It's a big boot, but how far will the touch finder be? Just into the half of the Rhinos, so they get driven back from that restart, and that will be demoralizing.
Yes, with a good kick like that, you would want to put pressure on the opposition team, but Centurion really handled that very well.
Finds his jumpers again, does Gerard van Graan. Just simple as you like ball retention, they keep it alive here. Tian Mankis, I'm afraid, there's made a big mistake, so in the hands of the Rhinos now. Altagen looks to set up the back line. Strong run there by Ruben Opperman, and he's driven back, caught in possession. Stole possession though of the Rhinos.
The guys are flying into each other, some great hits. Unfortunately the listeners can't hear, but you can hear some big hits, like body on body here, and both teams really flying into each other.
Now, believe me, our viewers can hear the hard contact on the field. It's been a trademark of what we've seen with Heritage Rugby. And these are men who, may I remind you, on Monday morning have to dust off the grass and whatever's left from the game and pull in a hard day's work. Some of them, for the Rhinos, have to go underground.
Well,
back into the mines.
If you think about that, it's honestly remarkable that they are so well prepared. I mean, none of them look like they've got day jobs. It looks like they train all day. Both teams are in really good shape, and that's why you probably see some big hits.
Referee Galdene is not happy with what's happening at the scrums at the moment. Second scrum of the game. First one was a little bit sloppy. Just had a word with the players there to get the foundation right first and wait for his call.
Ek dink nie die ongewone winterreën het gehelp nie, want ek bedoel hier's 'n paar kolle op die veld wat nogals redelik nat is, so hopelik kan dit nou beter raak.
And let's have a look here if the boots do plug. And they certainly and there we go, penalty from that scrum. As we saw the front row, almost the entire front row of Centurion being pushed up there. So very good work by Bruce Miller rather, pushing up his opposite number, Hendrik Grobler.
Tabisom Gomezulu and Malope Masemola working well in tandem there and putting some pressure through the right-hand side of the scrum.
Really good touch finder. Will take play into just in front of the 22 of Centurion. Now it falls to Kwezim Kafu, vastly experienced player. To find his man, Brucey Miller gives him a little bit of a order as to where this ball is going.
Very, very good line out. Unfortunately, they couldn't control it, but Kwezi, oh, bad luck.
It's the debutant PJ Poseidon who came on the blind there, and had that pass been into the basket, there was all sorts of potential because the field had spread to the right.
Would have been almost like exact same try as what Mr. Brinke scored a few minutes ago.
Absolutely, just a little bit of a gap is what Centurion needed to score that first try. So now, line out, fantastic, good work there by Tian Mankis. Through the hands at the back, and there's some space now. They take it into the 50. Out wide too. No, it's held on there by Christian Berger, the captain. And now have they lost the ball in the process? Oh, what an opportunity gone a-begging. There was a man on his outside. It's Rhino's ball.
Great play from Centurion. Unfortunately, the last pass couldn't go to hand, but like I said, the guys give the ball air and they really play some entertaining rugby.
It was a brilliant break by Christian Berger that took that play into the half of the Rhinos. And he had support around him. He's looking to step inside and then at that maul lost the ball. So now they get driven back, the home side get driven back to their 22.
Northam almost on exactly the same spot on the field, just on the opposite side. Will probably just want to be a little bit more clinical and control the ball, because less than a minute ago they had an opportunity on this side and splundered it.
Ja, draai bietjie wipplank op die oomblik. Kafu heel agter in hy lyn staan. Fantastiese gryp daar deur Seny Willemse. Maar hy was nie reguit nie. Dis hierdie tipe foutjies wat gemaak word wat net dinge sal frustreer, veral as jy op die voorvoet is. Jy's op die aanval en dan gee jy die bal onnodig weg.
Ek dink altyd spanne het bietjie half amper groeipyne. Ek dink is vroeg in die wedstryd. Hoopelik kan hulle hierdie klein foutjies uitstryk soos wat die wedstryd aangaan.
Gerrit van Graan gooi mooi in die lyn staande, vind sover elke maal sy vanger. Nou laat Willieman 'n fantastiese verdediging aan deur die Rhinos. Hulle het die bal afgevat, Kafu, hy dra. Vat so 'n paar manne van Centurion saam met hom, is die ondersteuning byderhand. Dit is inderdaad, kom weer uit vir Kerswell Williams, Percy wat 'n mooi aangee en Weltagen gee. Nie juis enige spasie daar nie, goeie verdedigingspatroon deur Centurion.
Ek moet sê, al twee spanne se binnesenters kuil mekaar op. Hulle hardloop hard en hulle duik albei baie hard.
Kom net weer regterkant toe. Fantastiese verdediging, die bal spat los. Geleentheid om hom af te vat. Man is op hulle voete daar. Goeie werk deur Christian Berger, die kaptein. Maar hy kon net nie die bal in die hande kry nie.
Albei spanne baie goed by die losgemale. Eers vat Centurion die bal en toe vat Northam die bal terug. So ja, ek dink vir 80 minute gaan hierdie ouens in mekaar invlieg en regtig hard gaan vir daai bal.
En dit sal ook 'n aanduiding gee van hoe belangrik hy eerste 3 was wat deur Centurion gedruk is. Betway Centurion met die eerste 3 wat gedruk is deur Kurtley Brinkhuis.
Crouch.
En die manne spok dit uit hier teen mekaar.
Bind.
Is nog steeds net by 5 punte.
Middelskram, ek wonder of Willems op 8 gaan optel en dalk na 'n kant toe breek. Hoor, die bal spat uit. Daar's hy. Centurion op die aanval.
Net nie goed beheer in die skram daar deur Rhinos nie. En is een van die kenmerke van hulle spel. Gabriel Smith wat die lyn ombring hier. Nog steeds in Centurion se besit.
Baie goed gedoen deur ou Palemekwane.
Die man daar in besit betrap.
Was dit 'n kant dalk?
Joan Pike het met die bal in die hand in besit betrap was. Wat sê die skeieregter hier?
Julle gaan nou na julle spanne
Baie
toe.
baie goeie verdediging van beide spanne.
Ek gaan nie laat ouens die
As jy reguit hardloop hier dan duik hulle jou raak.
jou speler nou straf waarvoor. Julle het die voordeel gehad hier.
Skeieregter Geldenhuys wat nou 'n bietjie harde woorde het met die twee kapteine Attilou en Christian Burger.
Nou asseblief.
Soms die predikant in die kerk gister. Vir die mannetjie wat getrou het, Christian Burger. It's the hard words there of Reinhard Skutte, man who, unlike the rest of his team, hails from KZN and Empangeni. Matriculant at Wagpos High School. Interesting, played for Wisbech Rugby Football Club in the UK and spent some time at the Dragons in Wales as well. So not surprising that he's doing all the talking. He's got plenty of experience to draw from. Penalty here. Chance to stretch the lead for Betway Centurion.
In the context of the game, I think this is a great decision. I think they Centurion just ticking over and putting some scoreboard pressure on Northam. Seeing that they put 1, 2, 3 phases up, but they don't have that continuity. I think they made the right decision here.
So it's fly off Quinton van Sale, who's given the kicking duties now after Gabriel Smith missed that conversion from the try earlier. And he's going to miss to the right as well. A little bit of trouble here as the ball ricochets. Quick thinking by was it Waltagen to get play up to the 10-meter line.
Very good kick from a forward there. I don't think it was Veldhagen. And can you believe it, the ball against the uprights? I mean, everything is going against the Centurion at the moment.
Critically, it means 5 points have now gone a bigging. The conversion that was missed and that penalty.
You always wonder whether 5 points late in the game is going to have a big impact on the game.
Well, we said this is going to be a war of attrition between two sides that have to compete up front with one another, but that's fantastic play and lovely space here for Centurion again. First try scorer, Brunkes takes it up into the 22. Can they recycle quickly? Rhinos over the ball here, they've stripped it away, but there was a foot in touch, and just as well for Centurion.
Kiewit Osborne putting in some great hits. And unfortunately for Centurion, can't control the ball, but I'm telling you, Mr. Brunkes is a proper winger. I mean, he beat his man on the outside in the space of 2 meters. So classic winger, and I think if he gets more ball, he could spell some danger for Northam.
Very tight angle for Kershwell Williams to work off there. So he just gains a few meters. Kershwell Williams, the HR manager at a mine. Many of these men, I'm sure, will come through on Monday to put in a sick leave day after a tough day out in the field today.
After a few of these hits, I don't think anybody will want to work, I can promise you that.
Kafu does well there to find his jumper. Smalope Masemola. And now he's at the back of the scrum.
Northam backing their drive and
goodness, bounce on the inside. Difficult one for Gabriel Smith, who's come onto the field for Timothy Townsend at fullback to control, but he does well.
Percy Williams shaping to kick and saw a bit of space and really attacked it well. So he got the ball back and about 40 meters of territory. Great play from Percy Williams.
Yeah, it was a bit of a lucky bounce there on the man playing in the fullback position. But there's a little bit of a meeting now away from what you're seeing on your screen by the Rhinos, because they know they're in a good position here, but they need to convert something into points. Nearly 20 minutes of the first half gone.
Would be interesting to see whether they back their forwards again on the drive or whether they want to attack the vacuum at the back of the lineout. They haven't really tried that in the game, so maybe a bit of change of plans would do them well.
All right, so let's see what they can come up with. Kwezi Mkwafu, the hooker, he's got the orders from, it seems, from that meeting from Bruce Miller, the prop. Where do they go with this one? Shanae Willemse.
Very good line out, and again backing their drive. Northam definitely is a team that backs their forwards, and they want to play some arm wrestling rugby where the forwards measure up against each other. And I must say, as the game is going ahead, they are really getting into their own and clinical at the line out, clinical at the drive, and they got a penalty for their effort.
Opting once more to set it up just in front of the try line with the line out drive.
Udo, I'm telling you, Percy Williams at 9 for Northam really reminds me of Ricky Janari. And Ricky Janari is probably one of the toughest players that I've ever played with. So if he plays like Ricky Janari, then that will be good for his team.
Yeah, he is in fact more familiar with the 10 jersey in this Rhino side. Normally plays in the fly-off position, but of late in the last couple of games. But let's hold that for a bit, because they're marauding towards the try line and they're over. So the gamble on the line-out drive has paid off, and it's 5 points to the good for the Rhinos.
Well, Centurion scoring a great try from a winger inside out, absolutely great finish, and Northam having to work a little bit harder, having 3 drives in succession, but every time they looked stronger and stronger. So yes, I think Northam's forwards can really be proud of their effort, and a great result for them.
Yeah, fantastic outcome there, because I was just about to lament the fact that they've gone for the line-out drive instead of the solid 3-pointer, and I was proven wrong on this occasion.
I was also contemplating whether they shouldn't take 3 points, but kudos to them. They backed themselves and they scored.
So conversion up for grabs here. Can Kershwell Williams, aka Percy, do what hasn't been done yet and get a kick through the uprights? It's a near windless day. The kicks haven't been in the most difficult positions, but so far everybody who's kicked at poles has missed. And this one is pulled to the left as well.
Unfortunately for Northam, Percy misses the kick, but Northam would be proud of their effort, and I think 20 minutes, 5-all, I think we're in for a cracker.
Yeah, especially if Rhinos can continue with the way that they've done here from this line-out drive. We've spoken about the dominance of the front rowers and the forward pack in general. So don't be surprised if off the back of the success of that drive, it becomes a ploy. Looking for the 50-22, looking to put it into the corners here and drive Centurion back. Good take.
Very good backup there from Northam.
I think it was Bruce Miller saying, but ref, surely that was high. And the referee on this occasion agrees.
Mr. Ref, he probably hears that from everyone, but he handled it really well, and just a little tackle that that went a little bit too high for Centurion.
Bruce Miller's a tough character. Another man who hails from Tambazimbi, but made his way there via Klerksdorp. Matriculated from there, an electrician by trade. And he's got Leopards Craven Week and Falcons Currie Cup First Division rugby under his belt. Was in fact Currie Cup First Division champ with the Falke all the way back in 2010.
Wel, ek dink ons kan almal voorspel wat gaan gebeur. Ek dink met meneer Masimola wat die 3 gedruk het en so groot pak behoort Northam seker die bal bietjie voor te hou, en ja, wonder of Centurion 'n teenvoeter gaan kry daarvoor.
Sal nou sien of hulle net hierdie voorspelers van Centurion kan afbreek met ter tyd.
late sack from Centurion leads to a penalty, and now Northam can play with a bit of, unfortunately a mistake. I thought they're going to play with a little bit of freedom because they had the penalty, but yes, probably go to the corner and do more of the same.
Dis beslis wat hulle gaan doen. Weldagen wat hier die hoek opsoek. Nie so goed soos die skoppie deur Kerswell Williams bietjie vroeër nie, maar in 'n baie goeie posisie en nadat hulle die 3 gedruk het van hy dryf, gaan hierdie manne nou bietjie,
hulle gaan harder moet werk en ek bedoel met so 'n pak moet Johnny Weldagen die bal bietjie nader uitskop, maar ek dink Northam back hulle self nog steeds om selfs van daar af te druk en daar gaan hulle, hier werk hulle saam. Kwesi Makafu. Oh, what a try from Kwesi Makafu.
absolute power over the line, drags 3 players with him, does Kwesi Makafu. He saw the gap, he peeled off, and there was simply no stopping him when the field opened up.
You can see Kwesi Makafu is an experienced player. He waited. Then he saw a little bit of a gap. And he didn't only use power, some finesse, some feet there from him to score a try to put his team ahead with 15 minutes to go in the first half.
Surely now, as they celebrate that try, the big man walking back to his own half, but surely now, this man is going to put this kick in between the poles. We haven't seen one yet this afternoon. It's been freaky. Windless conditions. We're on the Highveld. Nobody's found it in between the uprights yet.
Especially if he's used to playing at 10. He's probably kicked this goal 9 times out of 10 for his whole career. So yes, expect this ball to go over.
Die hotklou van Percy Williams. En hierdie keer het hy hom goed getref en die vla word omhoog gehou. 2 punte bygevoeg. En is Northam Rhinos wat nou net bietjie oorvat hier. Baie dominante posisie.
Boero, ek moet sê die eerste 15 minute het Centurion was die momentum aan hulle kant en hulle het regtig goed gespeel, maar die laaste 10 minute het hulle nie regtig die bal gehad nie en Northam beheer die besit baie goed en hulle gebruik dit in hulle guns, so baie wel gedaan vir hulle om terug te kom in die wedstryd.
Dis Williams, die man wat nou net die bal deur die paal gesit het, wat die kontak gevat het daar. Die groot vraag is, Jannie du Plessis, is net hoeveel keer en fantastiese breek hier.
Oh la la. What a break. Does he have enough speed? Offload. That is a super try. What a try from their own half, just outside their 22, breaking some great interplay from forwards and giving it to the speedster to finish it in the corner.
Dit was eers, as het Malope Masemola en Johannes de Tooy wat goed met mekaar gewerk het in die middel van die veld. En toe die spasie nou oopmaak, sien ons hier, kom die man wat op sy debuut is. PJ Besaid nou deur om nog 'n 3 te druk, derde in die eerste helfte hier vir Northam Rhinos.
Glad nie 'n slegte debuut as jy 'n 3 kan druk in jou eerste wedstryd nie, so baie wel gedaan. Goeie ondersteunende spel en mag ek sê tussen 2 groot voorspelers, baie goeie interspel, baie goed in die vaste los, paas, vang, trek die man, paas weer, druk in die hoekie, wonderlike rugby.
Ja, ek is seker hy voorspelers speel nie in die voorste ry nie, Te veel balvaardighede.
Wel, as ek na Kwesi Makafu kyk, dan lyk dit of hierdie voorry nog als bal in hulle het, hoor.
Ag, ons nou weer hier op 'n skop deur Kerswell Williams en hierdie een word links getrek en hy gaan nou ook nie deur die palle wees nie, so net die een skoppie suksesvol. Dis in albei spanne vanmiddag.
Ek dink nie van die 17e minuut het Centurion al die bal gehad nie, so Northam het regtig goed gedoen, so wel gedaan Northam en is 'n wonderlike 3.
I wanted to ask you, just before the break was established there, just how many times in the last 10 minutes the Centurion side has been able to put phases together and retain the ball?
Well, they didn't have the ball for 10 minutes, so I must say that is really great play from Northam. they were not in the game for the first 15 minutes, and they've really wrestled themselves back into the game.
Tell you what, my player of the match thus far, just with a lovely carry there for about 10 meters, and now they swing it out wide, quickly through the hands, beautiful step inside, looking for the offload, it's still in their possession. Can they control this quickly? Williams gets it out, Valtagen now lets it wheel to Kafu. Lovely pass outside, but intercepted, taken away from Brunkhuis, but the referee says offside. And the crowd at Centurion Rugby Club, they are not happy.
I also didn't see that. I was looking at the ball. I didn't look at the offside line. But Kwesi Mkofu, I'm telling you, he's got feet, he's got hands, and he can arm wrestle. I mean, what a player.
Ah, what a pity. This kick just into the goal area. So Percy missing his mark. There was an opportunity for them to stamp the authority from the line-out drive, and the ball's been given away.
28 minutes, 51, and Centurion having the ball for the first time in almost 14 minutes. So I think they'll be happy to have their hands on the ball again. Let's see what they can do with it.
Now this is an important phase, because they pretty much got out of jail with that penalty that didn't find its mark for the line-out drive. There's an opportunity there for them now, with the precious few minutes, 10 minutes left in the first half here, to play themselves back into the game. Can they turn this into a watershed? Because they need one. They're trailing by 12 points. That's a big margin.
Northam lining up with 2 guys on the blind. So if penalty at the ruck. Oh, they're on Bester. Great carry. Maybe to the wrong side, but what a carry. What a carry and what a tackle. Great rugby from both sides. I'm telling you, both sides really came to play today, and they're really putting their bodies on the line for their team and for their mates.
Ah, lovely little jink on the inside, but straight into the big man, Malope Masemola.
I wouldn't want to run into Malope Masemola.
So they have a choice in terms of where they're going to take the penalty. There was an early infringement, but this one an opportunity for Quinton van Zyl with more of an angle to put them closer to the try line. You know what their intention is.
Hails from the Eastern Free State, Mr. van Zyl. Frankfurt was born there. Very cold part of the world.
Is anything colder than the Highveld at the moment, except where there's snow?
Well, I do think the Eastern Free State could be colder, but I don't know. Maybe one of the listeners can let us know.
Dylan Kruger now with the throwing duties. He's sort of snuck onto the fielder. Was that straight? No, don't think so.
Unfortunately for Centurion, again, they have 2 great passages of play, and then the third one just goes awful.
Yeah, Dylan Kruger come on to the field to replace Gerrit van Graan. It was fairly accurate for the throwing a little bit earlier in the first half when Centurion were in the ascendancy. So not the best way to start as the replacement hooker.
Mr. Masimola, Mr. Ngomezulu would want to go straight here on the right-hand side of the scrum, on the tight head side. That would give a lot of time for Percy and Johnny Veldhagen to get out of this area. Keeping the ball in. What a wonderful scrum. Really Northam, the longer the game is going on, the more their forwards are getting into the game and backing themselves and really doing well.
Yeah, I was just going to say that there was an opportunity here for Centurion to kind of force their way back into this game, but there are warning signs, early warning signs, and I know there's a lot of play time left. But with a 17-5 lead, this forward pack of the Rhinos know they're in the ascendancy. They know they have the beating of their opposite numbers. And that's a dangerous position for them to be in.
I cannot agree with you more, Udo. I think if I was Centurion, I would want to give the ball to Kivit Osborne and Mr. Brunkhuis here. I think their outside backs looked really dangerous. So I think that the challenge for Centurion is to get the ball and almost like play away from the big forwards of Northam.
Can they do it? Can they disrupt the line out? They do indeed. That's exactly what they need. And now it is that man. Replacement hooker on the field, Dylan Creer with a good carry.
Great carry.
Swung out wide there by Mankies.
If they get quick ball, their backs are loaded. And oh yes, Kivit Osborne. Great tackle from John, from Bruce Miller. Loose head prop against a good inside centre with feet. That was a great read of the pass and great tackle.
And it looks like the captain is in a bit of trouble here as well, injury-wise. He's holding on to that right knee. Just a couple of seconds ago, we also saw the scrum half of the Rhinos, Kershwell Williams, grimacing in pain as well. He's on his feet at least, is Christian Berger.
Like always, when somebody goes down, you really hope and pray that the injury is not too serious. But Kivit Osborne on his feet, doesn't look like it affected him. But what a hit from Bruce Miller.
Made the mistake there of thinking that it was the captain. But thankfully, inside centre for Centurion seems to be okay. He's just going to walk it off. Always tricky when the injury is a knee injury and not a muscular one.
He'll definitely feel it tomorrow, whether it's a knee or a muscular one. That was a hit, and he's taken a few big hits. Telling you, Kivit Osborne not scared to take the ball up against anybody.
In the meantime, that was a terrible kick off the outside half of the boot of Johnny Veldhagen. So a throw just 5 or 6 meters from where the kick was taken, just over the halfway line. Oh, it didn't look straight in my book, but it comes out on the side of Centurion. Good work by Mankies. Brunkhuis gets his flanker Reinhard Skutte moving.
Reinhard Skutte also carrying well for Centurion, and Centurion is contesting well in the lineouts. That's the second one in succession that they took off from Northam.
What a carry that was, gaining back all those meters from that kick, and it's a penalty in favor of Rhinos as well. Centurion players simply just not rolling away there.
Unfortunately for Centurion, this gives another opportunity for Northam to play from a set piece, and looking at how they play, they're really dangerous if they're organised and they play from set piece.
Just outside the 22. All too familiar territory for the Rhinos. They know what they're looking to do here. They've been doing it on the opposite side of the field all afternoon. Just get into that attacking area, utilize the line-out drive, force mistakes out of Centurion. So you got to count this as another opportunity. Yeah, it is outside the 22, but so dominant have these forwards been. It needs a good throw, it gets one, and there we go, they get working.
Kwesi Mkafu throwing a great throw at the back of the line-out. Northam tidying it up and doing what they do well. Arm wrestling with the forwards.
Behind.
Play to the open side. Good take there, and keeps going. Sinead Willemse, and now a little drop kick here. That was just a horrible pull to the right. Absolutely poor decision making there.
Anthony Brunt, from a winger, you should expect him to run the ball, but trying a drop goal.
Inside, outside, jink by Brunkhuis once more. My word, he's a live wire with the ball in hand. Lovely carry there by Reinhard Skutte.
Reinhard Skutte playing a great game for Centurion.
Quentin van Zyl gets it to that second line of advancing runners. Big contact
Centurion
on the 10-meter line.
Centurion playing to their strengths, giving the ball some air, and if they can keep the ball, that will stand them in good stead.
Now this is a lovely break here by the fly-off. He's all alone. Is the support going to be there on time? Was taken away, and after the tackle, he had to place that ball. So a penalty here for the Rhinos. So for all that fantastic running and carrying, it's possession in their half, Centurion for the Rhinos.
Unfortunately, Centurion cannot string together 5 phases. They're playing really well for 4 phases, and then just they give the ball away.
It's a real pity because the field that opened up there after Quinton van Zyl made that mini break. I just can't remember who the player was that eventually came through there in support. But after the tackle had been made, that ball had to be placed and it wasn't. Just have a look here. So you see there, the Rhinos players are there already at the breakdown. And that ball was just taken away there. So penalty to the Rhinos, and they're going to kick it all of 50 meters here.
PJ beside note on debut. If he slots this kick, then it will take his team 15 points ahead. That is more than two tries, which is always a very good cushion.
Little bit of slip on the kick. And that's a real pity, so pull to the right. Brunkhuis with the ball, he's making meters here. Lovely little break, there's players on the outside. Good body over the ball to secure the possession. Meintjes kicks into his opposite number.
The way Brunkhuis is playing, if I was captain of Centurion, I would tell all my players, just give the ball to Mr. Brunkhuis. He's really dangerous on attack, good feet, he's running hard, and he's putting Northam under pressure.
Northam trying to do the same as well. Valtagen, and he runs into a sea of orange and blue. And it's gone out in the process as well. So it should be line out to the home team. It's just a pity. Every little bit of good work being done, undone by a few unforced errors, some really good defense by the Rhinos. No wonder the home crowd, they're not smiling. They're holding on to the drinks, but they're not smiling.
I would also chew my nails because the frustration should be high, because Centurion is much better than what they are playing at the moment.
Kijk maar, die clean-outs wat ek sien op die stadium is hard, maar is legal, ja.
Nee, net die woordjie daar deur die skeieregter.
Van die kant af, weet jy, punt.
Weerspieël net die feit dat die kontak hard is op die veld tussen die manne, maar is niks wat die wette van die spel oortree nie.
Soos ek vroeër gesê het, ek kan nie meer saamstem nie. Die clean-outs is regtig hard vir beide spanne, maar alles binne die reëls en in goeie gees.
Meintjies nou weer na die regterkant toe. Quinton van Zyl wat deurskop, maar gaan nie uitwees nie, of gaan dit? Dis die man wat in verdediging net bietjie gehuiwer het. Nou gooi vir homself in en word in besit betrap. Hy's in die moeilikheid. Skare voel hy bal was uit gewees. Ons kan hulle hoor hier naby ons. En dit was beslis.
Anthony Brand ongelukkig homself misgis met daai bal oor sy kop, en nou sy span baie diep in hulle gebied.
Hy wou hom vat, toe twyfel hy. En as jy twyfel, ons weet wat dan gebeur.
Ek dink Centurion sal baie gelukkig wees om 'n bietjie in hierdie helfte van die veld te wees. Ek dink sit hulle ag nee. Dis jammer, Centurion het baie hard gewerk om tot hier te kom, en ongelukkig gee hulle nog 'n strafskop af.
Is weer eens onnodige foute. Lyn staan, man wat in die lug gespeel is daar in die lyn staan en reg voor die skeieregter.
Ek moet sê Northam se lynstaande en se vaste fasette is regtig goed. Hulle kan trots wees op hoe hulle speel.
Ja, as jy diep in die eerste helfte is nog steeds Rhinos se besit. Hulle sal nou geleentheid hê om ietsie aanvallends te doen net voor die einde van die eerste helfte hier. Voorsprong 17-5. Is met 12 punte voor.
Ek wonder of hulle weer gaan dryf. Ek dink waar hulle is op die veld moet hulle miskien die bal bietjie buitekant toe speel, maar hulle het baie strafskoppe gekry van drywe af, so dalk gaan hulle weer, soos ons al kan sien, hulle vertrou in hulle vermoë in die dryf, maar ongelukkig vir hulle baie goed gedoen. Centurion stop die dryf by sy begin.
Yeah, that should be the last play of the half. As referee Stefan Galdenes brings an end to the first 40 minutes here. Very interesting first 40. The first 8 or so minutes belong to the home side Centurion. They got themselves away with a fantastic try by Brunkhuis. And thereafter it was all Northam Rhinos, all the way to the stroke of the end of the half.
Absolutely. I think I've heard somebody say that if you never talk about the referee, then he's having a great game, and I think the referee is really controlling the game very well, and he's also having a great game.
Yeah, so 3 tries to 1, 17-5 the score at the end of the first 40 minutes. The men in orange, blue and white, they will not be too happy because they're at home. An important game from position 2 on the log, one that can take them to the top, and they trail by 12 points. Some magnificent tries scored in the counter by Northam Rhinos, but that should give you an indication of what has happened here. Territory possession all in the hands of the Rhinos in the latter part of the first half.
Absolutely, the 32% that Centurion had was probably in the first 15 minutes, so I think they'll want to up that.
So end of the first half here in this Heritage Rugby match, of course, all the way in Centurion. It's the Northam Rhinos, the visitors, who lead by 17 points to 5 against Betway Centurion.
Main event of the afternoon.
SABC Sport commemorates Youth Month by standing up for what they believed. The youth of 76 made it possible for us to find ourselves united on the playing field.
It's their first time playing at this level. It's their first time playing as a group.
They've shown they can cause problems. Continue. Is that right?
Bruno, the show goes on.
SABC Sport wants to build today's youth.
They do have the support of the country.
Through sports, you can hashtag shape your future. Be who you want to be what you want to be iconic.
Lovely scenes here, and what a fantastic result it is.
Celebrate Youth Month with us. Don't miss a moment of all the live action on SABC Sport for the love of the game.
Mzansi football is about to change forever.
Football is freedom. Let's just go there and enjoy ourselves. Let's play. There's nothing impossible. We just go there and win the game.
Crunching tackles and lightning pace have a new face. Istande, Zamaya, and Ishibobo will be executed with perfection. Tactics will come alive with excellence and precision, just by the players you're yet to meet. Our names will be known from KwaZulu to the Free State. Our names will be praised from the Table Mountain to the hills of Venda. Because this time around, we, the women of Mzansi, take to the field. We're taking Itisti to new heights. Our home is football, and we love it here.
Double save! A double save!
Catch all the action of the Hollywood Bets Super League live on SABC 1, S3, DTT, and also available on Telkom 1. SABC Sport is the home of football.
Please note that the official date for analog television switch-off is imminent. If you're still watching television through an aerial, please take the following steps to continue watching your favorite programs on the SABC. Buy a digital tuner for your analog TV set and get connected. Buy any digital television decoder, either satellite or digital terrestrial, and get connected. Buy a smart television and connect through an aerial. If you can't afford any of the above, please contact your nearest post office for more information on how to connect. For more information, please WhatsApp 0600 625 458 or call 0860 736 832.
Marcus Mostert baie goed gedoen om die bal behou te bly. Hy was bietjie op sy eie. Maar Kiewit Osborne hardloop hard en hy hardloop reguit en hy speel goed.
Lovely break here, beautiful step inside, it's going to be a try. Fantastic work there by Kurtley Brankhuis to give Centurion the game's first 5 point. It was just a mini break here on the outside. And the cherry on the cake here. Yeah, flag stay down.
Unfortunately not. What a try from Centurion.
Bind.
Is nog steeds net by 5 punte.
Middelskram, ek wonder of Willems op 8 gaan optel en dalk na 'n kant toe breek. Hoor, die bal spat uit. Daar sy Centurion op die aanval.
Net nie goed beheer in die skram daar deur Rhinos nie. En is een van die kenmerke van hulle spel. Gabriel Smith wat die lyn ombring hier. Nog steeds in Centurion se besit.
Baie goed gedoen deur ou Palemekwane. Oh.
Die man daar in besit betrap.
Was dit 'n kant dalk?
Joan Pike het met die bal in die hand in besit betrap was. Wat sê die skeieregter hier? Who's given the kicking duties now after Gabriel Smith missed that conversion from the try earlier. And he's going to miss to the right as well. A little bit of trouble here as the ball ricochets. Quick thinking by Valtagen to get play up to the 10-meter line. Yeah, he is in fact more familiar with the 10 jersey in this Rhino side. Normally plays in the fly-off position, but of late in the last couple of games. But let's hold that for a bit because they're marauding towards the try line and they're over. So the gamble on the line-out drive has paid off. And it's 5 points to the good for the Rhinos. Who's kicked at poles is missed. And this one is pulled to the left as well.
Unfortunately for Northam, Percy misses the kick. Hulle gaan harder moet werk en ek bedoel met so 'n pak moet Johnny Veldhagen die bal bietjie nader uitskop, maar ek dink Northam back.
So second half underway here. Northam Rhinos lead by 17-5 over the home side. Centurion Rugby, and a terrible mistake by a man who was perhaps the player of the first half, Kurtley Brankhuis. And it's a sign of how that first half went. Good start, and then the side from the Rhinos just clawing their way back in that first 40 minutes.
Playing into Northam's hands, giving them set pieces is counterproductive for Centurion at the moment, and surely they will go for a drive here, playing really well the forwards of Northam.
I've seen a couple of throws this afternoon just go skew, but not by this side, because they know how potent that line-out drive can be, and they've gone there immediately.
Playing with advantage. Oh, great kick. Mr. Brankhuis tidying it up. Nice to see Northam playing with a bit of width when they have advantage. Playing with a little bit of more of freedom when they've forced the penalty.
Yeah, they knew that they had the arm up already for the penalty, so a little bit of expression and creativity there with that grubber through. And no surprises with what the tactic is.
Ek dink as Northam hierso druk sal dit amper een van die laaste spykers in die doodskus wees. Ek dink 24-5 met die manier hoe hulle speel sal baie moeilik wees vir Centurion om van terug te kom. So dit is 'n baie belangrike deel van spel, oomblik van spel vir Centurion om dit te stop en dan vir Northam om te kyk of hulle kan druk.
Ja. It's been the basis of their success this afternoon, getting it into the corners and then driving well. needs a good throw, gets a good throw. Sinead Williams, though, flattened as they drove that one.
Again, waiting for the advantage.
Big Brucey Miller.
Advantage offside, so Northam will probably give the ball a bit of air and carry. Great offload. Great pass. Great pass. What a try. Is that Mr. Besaidnout over for his second try in his debut match? What a game.
Easy as you like, with the advantage, as we said. Lovely balls through the hands there. And
no, that was Anthony
Brandt eventually. And, we've seen both wingers go over the line this afternoon. How simple was that in execution?
Great rugby. With advantage, taking a chance, playing the ball wide. And the guys who haven't had the ball in the first 40 minutes, really using it well when they get it.
Percy Williams waiting for the tee. And just like all the other kickers at goal, has had a topsy-turvy time this afternoon.
Time running out. I wonder whether he's just going to go for the drop.
Goes for the drop, and it looks like hits the upright for the second time in the afternoon.
Great effort. Maybe he should have dropped from the first go. That was so well done.
I haven't seen that before. that in the time that you're allowed to take the kick, the tee was nowhere to be found. Nobody brought it in.
I think they scored so quickly that they caught their own reserves unawares.
Net result though 22-5. Betway Centurion scored in the first 10 minutes of the game. They haven't scored since.
Great kickoff. Great regather of the ball for Centurion. Christo Besaidnout taking the ball up well. Ball available. And now Centurion playing to their strength. Oh no.
Stripped away though. So handling error.
Mr. Brinkhuis unfortunately couldn't keep that ball. But I think Centurion using good tactics. I think they need to spread the ball wide and give their outside backs a bit of a chance.
Jersey number 18 belongs to Christo Besaidnout on the field today. Interesting story about them, and you would have seen it if you saw the build-up to the game. He's the son of Christo Besaidnout Senior, man who appeared in the Springbok jersey on 4 occasions. Himself has a very interesting story. Born in Tenerife, on the island of Tenerife outside of Spain. His father was an engineer there, made his way back to South Africa through Currie Cup Rugby, got into the Springbok side, and now he's the forwards coach of the Centurion side with his son, bedding down in the front row.
Christo Besaidnout played for the Boks out of a very, very good Pumas side. Bearing in mind that the Pumas are in the final of the Currie Cup for the first time in their history. I'm sure that he will want Jimmy Stonehouse and his team to do well.
I did say that there's a chance he might be wearing his Pumas jersey under his Centurion jersey today.
Well, he can be proud of his team. If I were him, I would do exactly the same.
So now a facet of play that has been dominated by the Rhinos, and here again just a sign of how dominant they've been in the scrums. My goodness, if you're in that pack of Centurion, the one thing you don't want is the opposition captain calling for a scrum against you right now.
No, like I said, I think Northam is really, really good from set piece. They're scrumming well, they're driving well, and if Centurion keeps on giving them set piece, they will play to their hand.
Right, doctor, diagnose here. What is the problem? What is the cure for Centurion? How do they make their way back into this game?
Ek dink Centurion moet die bal bietjie vinnig maak. Ek dink hulle het vir Kiewit Osborne op 12 en hulle het vir Brinkhuis op 11. Hulle het gevaarlike manne in die agterlyn. So om nou te arm te druk teen 'n span wat goed is daarmee, dit is dwaas. So ek sal kyk of ek die 9 van Centurion kan sê, hoorie, so as jy die bal kry, maak skoon en gee die bal lig en laat hierdie groot force van Northam bietjie rondhardloop.
Hier in so 'n goeie lyn staan Kershaw Williams na Weltagen toe. Bietjie van 'n gaping. Bal kom weer binnekant toe.
Ongelukkig, ongelukkig. Gee Centurion weer 'n strafskop af. Goeie verdediging van Kiewit Osborne. Hy speel regtig goed. Ek dink is tussen hom en meer Brinkhuis vir die beste speler. Hier. En Reinhard Skutte het ook nogals ingeklim. So ja, daar's regtig mense wat hulle hand opsteek. Ongelukkig die telbord net nie in hulle guns nie.
Weer eens 'n foutjie begaan daar, man van sy voete af. Dis 'n strafskop hier vir Kerswell Williams. Die skoptie is nog wel op die veld. En hy's reg voor die pale. Kan nie sien dat hy hierdie een mis gaan skop nie, maar met die tipe dag wat ons vandag sover ervaar het met die skoppers, wie weet. Vir 'n voorsprong van 20 punte. Weer eens.
Weer teen die reg op paal vas. Kan jy dit glo? En hier is meneer Brinkhuis. Baie goed klop hy sy man. En ongelukkig vir Northam gee hulle strafskop weg vir 'n hoogvat.
Kyk net weer hier, ja, soos hy afgaan daar, is die arm om die nek.
Bruce Miller vir 'n loskopstit, wraggies het hy goed verdedig, daar so amper die duikslag gemaak teen 'n goeie vleuel.
En is 'n jammerte, want hy was geïsoleer daar waar hy was. Maar nou word die bal gedra deur Rhinos. Kaptein hier wat meters maak.
Jy's af nou, los.
Ondersteuning is beskikbaar daar om die bal kom op hulle kant uit. Kerswell Williams met die skoppie oor in die hoekie. Maar die manne wat agterna gesit het was voor die skopper.
Jy kan sien Northam wil nou speel vir gebiedsvoordeel. Want dit werk vir hulle. Reinhard Skutte wat amper 'n vinnige tikkie vat. En ek dink nie dit sal 'n slegte idee wees vir hulle nie. Ek dink as hulle die bal in hand het, speel hulle regtig goed Centurion.
Dis Dylan Creer wat uiteindelik gesê het, maak hom net bietjie stadiger meneer, dink net so nog keer wat jy wil doen hier. Van 'n snaakse keuse wat uitgeoefen word hier.
Ek stem saam, veral omdat hy die vorige skop nie uitgeskop het nie, maar wraggies het hy 'n goeie skop daarso geskop, hoor.
Net soos jy dink, wat gaan aan hier?
Lyk my hulle moet vir die skoppe so moeilik as moontlik maak, want by die moeilike skoppe skop hulle regtig goed en by die meer eenvoudiges dan skop hulle nie die bal uit nie.
That man was standing literally untouched and had to get the spin on the ball. He kicked it infield for it to come back out again. To get that kind of meters.
Malope Masemola af van die veld af. Ek dink hy kan baie trots wees op sy vertoning vandag. He had a great game. Anchored the scrum and was very influential in the drives, which was the foundation of Northam's lead at the moment.
Yeah, Centurion trying to give Rhinos a bit of their own medicine with that line-out drive. They've taken it out wide now. But unfortunately, as has been the trend this afternoon, every little bit of good work done by them undone either by an unforced error or some really good defense from the Rhinos.
They really do look dangerous when they give the ball some air and when they play wide. Great, exciting outside backs, Centurion.
Is it just a distinct absence of somebody at the breakdown to go and clean up properly on defense and attack?
I think it's a little bit of a few factors. I think because they make a line break and they almost run away from their support, then they get isolated. And credit to Northam, they're really putting pressure at the breakdown and making good decisions and winning some penalties there.
Sounds silly, but you almost want to get faster forwards or slower backs so the team can just play in unison a little bit more. But I get what you're saying. On attack, they seem to be cutting off a little bit, and now it's Rhinos. Love a little pop inside. That was some sexy play there by the men from Tabazimbi. So Jacobus de Villiers with that inside pass there.
Reinhardt's got a quick tap playing. He wanted to do it the previous time, and credit to him, he's really pulled it off. Great offload there from Christo Besaidnout.
Ran straight into Nkafu there, who did not budge an inch. And it was that initial tackle that set up the defence to give the Rhinos a scrum right in the middle of the park.
Kwesi Mkafu playing a great game. Great on defence, great in the lineouts. In the set piece, he's pulling his own, really putting in a good shift.
Bye.
Bruce Miller being substituted by Ntutuko Sosibo. Mr. Sosibo's got to play well because Bruce Miller had a great game so far.
Considerably taller than the other men in that front row, which will take some adjusting, but these guys play together week in, week out. It shouldn't be a problem. Williams with a feed, but that collapses. And just as we talk about a new formation in the front row there, mistake from the Rhinos. And there's your man, Kivit Osborne, with the good carry.
Great intent, great idea. Unfortunately not at the right place. Quick tap, but Centurion definitely seeing that they are doing better when they make the play quick.
Abram Smith takes the play up to the 22 with that kick. Now we've seen the appetite for the line-out drive from Centurion in the previous play as well. A phase that started off that little bit of possession for them. Will they go the same route here?
Maybe they can surprise them, because I don't think Northam will expect them to drive.
Come to the front, sloppy throw, but fortuitous bounce. It's in the hands of Centurion, driving for the corner. Does he get it over? I don't think there was pressure on the ball. So now Brunt gets Rhinos some front foot ball, and they're running it away from their own try line. Isolated, there's their support now. Taken up by the Rhinos. What a counter-attack this has been. Thought for sure Centurion was over for a try. Running it down the field now on the far side, taken up to the halfway line.
Reinhard Skitter with a great break for Centurion, but Northam are really up to the challenge. Got ball ripped, and now they've got the ball in the middle of the field, in the middle on the 50-meter line. Great position to be in.
It'll be penalty Rhinos here. There was a handoff in that passage by, I suppose, jointly our player of the match today, Mkafu. That had me shuddering in my boots on the side of the field here.
What can he not do? He's just all over the place. Great feet, great handoff. Something you don't see a lot in rugby nowadays, but incredibly well executed.
Valtachen's handed the ball away here. He's not going to take the kick. Is it the man on debut? PJ Besaidnout with ball in hand. Batiste come up. Is he going to try and kick at the full length of the half here?
His first attempt, he slipped a little bit, but even with the slip, he had enough on the kick to make it. So I think if he just keeps his head down, this could go over the poles.
It was more or less a similar position, just to the other side of play. So he certainly has the distance on him. He's got the range. And conditions underfoot have been a bit slippery. Can he keep his composure and take his side even further ahead? Contact really good. It's hanging up there. But to the right of the upright, and chance gone a begging.
Again, the length. Enough length, just unfortunately a little bit to the right side of the upright.
Favourite Smith going deep to the right-hand side of the field. Nice little box kick here. Oh, it's being pursued by plenty of Rhinos. Needed that catch. Didn't call for the mark, it looks like. Oh, he was just outside the 22. How unfortunate that was. A foot just in front of the line.
Controlled it well, though. I mean, I think he was, in his mind, he caught a mark, but under pressure, keeping the ball really, really well.
Back. Stop here.
Touch won't be found here either. Opportunity to launch. He's looking to give it to Walthagen, but decides to carry it himself here.
The defense from both teams is really, really good.
Into the little gap, and finds the perfect mark down the field for another opportunity here to do what they've been doing all afternoon.
Great play with a lead like that. You want to play in the opposition's half. Percy Williams summing it up and putting in a very, very good kick there for a great gain of territory.
We still have seen, and we've been at it for almost 20 minutes in the second half, but we still have seen nothing really to suggest that Betway Centurion are clawing their way back into this game, not in terms of points or position on the field, except for one opportunity where they got to the try line and missed out on opportunity to score.
Northam with the ball again. If they can keep it, they'll put Centurion under pressure. Percy Williams controlling it well. Johnny Veldhagen, great pass, great carry. Northam on the front foot and playing really, really well. Great interplay from Mkafu there, great offload.
Still Rhinos ball, penalty. Yeah, there from referee Geldenace. Clean out with the shoulder.
Great counter-ruck from Centurion. Mr. Mkafu coming in from the side, and unfortunately Northam cannot hold on to the ball, but they do have the penalty and going for the corner, and I don't think it takes a brain surgeon to predict what they will want to do from this line out.
Yeah, the fans at home already checking on the Currie Cup final score. Eyes not on the home team because they haven't really given a good account of themselves, and they're the form team going into today's game. Second position on the log, 4 wins out of 5 matches played. First loss a week ago to the Harlequins, and that was a tight affair, 24-26, but there's a chasm between the two sides, both in terms of points and in terms of quality of play today. It's been all Northam Rhinos. And still is, according to the referee.
Northam Rhinos playing to their strengths from set piece to set piece. Mr. Mngomezulu and Mr. Masemola played well in the first half. Their replacements, Mr. Puzi and Mr. Sosibu, will want to keep up the good work.
Let's go.
We're going to scrum now meters away from the Centurion line. Take nothing away from the scrum of Kershaw Williams. He's been a live wire this afternoon as well. He's been involved in so many of the attacking plays of the side. He'll feed at scrum time, yeah.
I hope he buys his forwards a drink, because any 9 wants to play against a play behind a pack that's going forward, and his forward pack really doing their work very well.
Right, what's the call from the referee? Yeah, well, they'll just reset and do that again.
This is not playing into Centurion's hand. A lot of time, I can't say wasted, but a lot of time used up here. From set piece to set piece, and Northam really standing up to the challenge.
And the time is energy as well. So many reminders that you're being dominated, bossed around in the scrums. Won't be good for any pack of forwards.
Great setup. Percy Williams feeding the ball, and Northam doing what they do well, going forward. Another reset, some more time. Northam really controlling this part of the game very well, doing well, playing from set piece to set piece, playing to their strengths.
I'll not be surprised if that arm is raised now and that whistle is blown quite loudly from this next scrum if it goes the same way. You can see they look a deflated pack. Men in blue, orange and white.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Again, Percy feeding to a solid scrum. Northam going forward.
Use it 9. No dominance, use it.
The call there from the referee. No dominance, but it's an opportunity here. Ah, what a lovely step inside.
Great offload. Northam playing better and better and better as the game is going on. Northam playing some good rugby. But Centurion taking the ball out and on the counter.
Stripped away and they win the penalty as well.
Opportunity for them to get in the opposition's half. Oh no, quick tap. Reinhard Schutte. What a break. Mr. Schutte looking for the offload. No. Great skill, leaving the ball, picking it up. Really well played by Mr. Schutte.
Runs it, sets it for himself, and now the backline is on the move.
Again, some strong defense from Northam in the middle. And Centurion giving the ball air, playing wide. If they can keep this ball, then they'll run onto forwards.
Lucky there with that call.
Fortunately for them, they control the ball. But playing back to Kivit Osborne, who puts the ball up, creates quick ball, and Mr. Brinkhuis, dangerous all 80 minutes. Centurion playing really well. This started from a quick tap inside their 22. If they can keep the ball, they will put Northam under pressure, and they won the penalty with some great play.
Good work by Adrian Bester there. He joined the line at pace. Hit that advantage line so hard. Not the way that referee Stefan Galdenes has controlled this game. Very often you get the sense, and I've seen it at club rugby level, that a ref, the whistleblower, comes out here wanting to be a headmaster on the field.
I wish every referee watches this game to see how this referee, Mr. Galdenes, is communicating with the players, explaining himself, and at the end of the day, all the player needs is an explanation, because the player can never be right. The referee is always right, but if you understand how he's thinking, you can adjust your game. So yeah, I think that's a 10 out of 10 for the referee.
But it's also the tone in which he does it. It's not one that says I'm the only voice on this field.
Absolutely.
He's got a very calm demeanor about him.
Absolutely. Centurion unfortunately losing the ball at the line out again, and Northam will want to look for territory with a great kick, and Mr. Veldhagen up for the challenge.
There's your boy Brinkhuis again. Opportunity to launch here for Centurion.
Gabriel Smith, great close play. Centurion keeping the ball. If they can go wide, there's some space out wide. Very good carry by Makoni, the Zimbabwean in the team, and Brinkhuis taking the ball at pace, like he's done the whole game. Centurion, great play. Just keep the ball. If they come to this side, there's a lot of space.
McCorney with a carry.
McCorney with a great carry.
Just
Centurion still has the ball. Oh, unfortunately loses it in contact. But if you look at where they're from, they started this passage of play with quick tap in their own 22. Centurion, when they keep the ball, they look dangerous and they're putting Northam under pressure.
And it was that man Brunkhuis again who sparked that run. Dylan Kruger nearly going over the line, stopped just short. But they're happier now. They've seen better play from their side in the last few phases.
Great vibe from the crowd, some singing. And after 2 years of no club rugby and no crowds at any sporting event, it's really music to my ears, and I'm sure all of you, to see people getting behind their team and supporting local rugby.
I'm so glad you're back with us. In this entire 6-month period since the start of Heritage Rugby, we have had some fantastic crowds. We've had beautiful turnaround rugby where teams have come back from 20, sometimes 30 points down to come and steal it late. If there's any movement to be made, it's got to come now from the Centurion side. Can they turn this into a 5-pointer? They're in a good position.
Reinhard Schutte on the ball there. That was great play from Reinhard Schutte. I'm telling you, it's going to be difficult to pick a man of the match. What a quick tap. Reinhard Schutte. Oh, I'm so impressed. He steals, he carries, he tackles. He's playing his heart out for his team, and now the cat is among the pigeons, because I think with 12 minutes left, the big forwards of Northam tiring a little bit, and Centurion starting to play really well, keeping the ball and playing wide and making the big forwards of Northam run and tiring them out.
Very important point to be made here after that try by Schutte is that they are still within striking distance after that try. Main reason why? 2 conversions, 2 penalties left out there, 10 points left on the park by the kicking boots collectively of the Northam Rhinos. Set us up for a fascinating last 10 minutes. Is that kick a good one? It is indeed.
The tide's starting to turn into Centurion's favor, and a great, bearing in mind everybody's missed kicks from much easier places, that was an incredible kick from Centurion.
It's the kicking boot of Gabriel Smith there, jersey number 22 with that extra 2. So now we are in for a treat. No wonder they're in full cry here at Centurion.
And as the home team's crowd getting in behind them, they're really up for the challenge, and they're starting to play really well.
22-12. It's a 10-point game.
Northam wat bietjie die spel bietjie stadiger maak. Absoluut in hulle gun speel. Baie goeie afskop. Goed gevat. Ongelukkig was sy tydsberekening by die tackle verkeerd. En ek wonder of meneer Geldnys geel kaart ongelukkig vir Northam, en nou met nog 'n speler minder gaan Centurion gevaarlik wees. Daar's 10 minute oor en hulle speel regtig goed op die oomblik.
Ja, dus Simelelo Kwebi, ongedwongen fout daar. Hy moes homself eenvoudig net beheer. Ek kon sien die man was in die lug. En dit maak nie saak watter vlak van spel het is nie. As jy dit doen, gaan jy 'n blaaskansie moet benut. So nou 14 man vir die volgende 10 minute.
Ag nee, dit ongelukkig verloor hulle die bal in kontak daarso. Maar jy kan sien Centurion het uitgewerk dat as hulle die bal in hand hou, sit hulle Northam onder druk. En Reinhard Schutte speel 'n reuse wedstryd.
Speler van die wedstryd op hierdie stadium. Dit is nog steeds sê ten gunste van Kwesi Kafu. Maar met die manier wat Centurion nou hier terugkeer in hierdie wedstryd, hy man wat jy nou al heel middag noem, Reinhard Schutte, kyk uit vir hom.
Northam wat vir Percy Williams afval. Ek wonder of hulle sien dat Centurion bietjie bietjie vinniger speel en miskien wil vars bene op die park kry. En hulle sal selfvertroue hê dat hulle van hierdie skram af kan speel. Alhoewel met een man minder kan dit dalk anders wees.
Zondelelo Kamage, man wat van Kleiberge afkomstig is. Hy is die plaasvervanger skrimskakel. As jy dan weer 'n bietjie probleme met die skrim. Dink die twee stelle voorspelers is net bietjie moeg. Al is daar vars bene aangebring.
Na 72 minute en met hoe hard hulle almal gewerk het, is dit redelik logies, dink ek. As ek Northam is, sal ek hierdie bal so vinnig as moontlik wil uitkry en kyk of ek of gebiedsvoordeel kan kry of miskien net die bal kan hou.
Maldagen binne toe. So 'n paar meter gemaak hier die man wat ook nou laat op die veld gekom het. Goeie verdediging deur Centurion, kan hulle manne oor die bal kry. Ja, vinnige spel daar, by die afbreekpunt deur Rhinos. Goed gedra. Dis 'n goeie paar fase hier deur die besoekers.
Baie goed deur Northam. Nou hou hulle die bal weer en nou is hulle in die regte gebied. Centurion verdedig vir hulle lewens, maar Northam met die bal en dit eet tyd.
Liewe aarde. Liewe aarde is nog steeds Rhinos. Ek sal bitter graag weer wil kyk na hy spel hier naby ons op die lyn. Op die oomblik is daar 'n breek hier vir Rhinos. En nog 'n 3 gaan aangeteken word, so verspot maklik.
Deur meneer P.J. Besuidenhout op debuut. 2-3. Dit is, hy speel sy hart uit, hy speel regtig goed.
Eerste wedstryd vir PJ Besuidenhout vir die eerste span van die Rhinos. Hy het 3 gaan druk vroeg in die eerste helfte en nou weer eens in die tweede helfte. Wat 'n fantastiese debuut, geniet hy nie. En is dit nou die laaste skop van die perd?
Northam kry weer hulle neus voor. Ongelukkig die verdoelde 3 van Centurion wat nou uitgekanselleer word deur 'n baie goeie 3 deur meneer P. Besuidenhout.
Jy het daar verwyle gesien, jy sien hom maar op jou skerm, jou man, eintlik, dis Kiewit. Maar jou man het ook so 'n bietjie behandeling ontvang. Rian Skutte.
Dit sal sleg wees vir Centurion as hy moet afgaan. Rian Skutte playing really well for his team, and you would want to keep him on the field as long as possible.
Er word 2 punte bygevoeg. Net wat die Rhinos nodig gehad het om hierdie wedstryd aan hulle guns te beklink met 6 minute oor, 29-12. As nog geleentheid vir Centurion om terug te veg hier.
Northam wat baie goed doen om 'n 3 te druk met 'n man in die koelkas.
Wonder tog in hy situasie, is dit net die feit dat jy 'n man minder op die veld het, dat jou intensiteit net bietjie gelig word, of hoe? Maak kan net meer spasie op die veld oop.
Baie keer gebeur dit. Ongelukkig vir Centurion het hulle nie in hierdie fase van die geel kaart regtig baie bal gehad nie, maar baie goeie carry daarso. Centurion would want to keep the ball and make it quick. They get the penalty and they take it quick. And they look dangerous when they do this. Great offload.
Ball's gone backwards, says the referee. Now that man carries again, taking 2 Northam Rhinos players with him.
Christo Besuidenhout met 'n baie goeie carry.
He's got quite a bit of pace for a front rower.
Great carry from him. And again, Centurion taking it quick, carrying well, cleaning well. If they keep the ball, they are putting Northam under pressure and they can score. Mr. Marconi with a great carry. He's made a big difference since he's been on the field. And and Centurion playing well.
The runners in the second half have all been people who are quick off the mark, catching a tiring defence off guard. There we see it again.
Again, Mr. McConey with a great carry, with a great offload, forwards interplaying, going to the blind side, putting some pace on the ball. And Centurion looking dangerous when they have the ball in hand.
Can they just ring it through the phases? So often we've seen it's at this critical juncture where just a little bit of a handling error comes to the Rhinos' rescue. There they've given possession away.
I do not see the logic in kicking the ball when you've won 50 meters by just keeping the ball. But the players out on their feet, and rightly so, because all of them played their hearts out. Every single one played for his teammate and for his team. So we were dished up a great round of rugby here.
Well, we still are. There's still some time left in this game. I'm afraid perhaps not enough. Any stretch of the imagination for Centurion to claw their way back here. But they can give the home crowd who've come out in their numbers in this 50th anniversary year of rugby at Centurion. So they deserve a final hoorah. Last big bold statement by their team.
Would that not be nice if they finish with a try? And they really deserve a try. They've played well the second half.
Scrum time, facet of play that's been dominated by the blue and whites.
Centurion's ball, I think they'll probably want to get the ball in and out. But against 7 men, maybe they back themselves to win a penalty.
Right, let's see. I know the shove is on here. Numerical advantage.
And can I say where Mr. Kwesi Mkafu left it, Maliwe Simanga has just taken it a notch up. A replacement hooker playing well.
Yeah, Maliwe Simanga is a quality player. We've seen him a couple of times this season in Heritage Rugby.
Quick tap, and Centurion advancing, taking the ball, putting some pace on it, and looking dangerous.
Swing it out with a skip pass to the outside. And I'm afraid the ball has been lost forward once again. Promising passage, delivers an error. You see they're hunting in a pack there, top and bottom on Brunkhuis. Ball initially going forward of him and then eventually forward again off Wynand Botha.
Northam will probably want to just get the ball out as quick as possible, maybe play to the open side and kick the ball down the field. Not a lot of time left for Centurion. I would love for them to finish with a try, especially because the second half I think belongs to them.
Everybody in that pack of forwards breathing with their mouths open, so I've every confidence that if there's an opportunity to wind the clock down and then just put the ball out with a kick late here, they will do just that. Swing it now, they'll carry it out of their danger zone.
Ruben Opperman with a great carry there. And unfortunately Centurion playing on the edge of the rules, trying to get the ball back, giving away a penalty.
I can see it just there. And off his feet, another man coming in from the side. So 80 minutes have been played. That ball is put out, and that is how we will come to an end of a very good and entertaining match, where the form side after 5 rounds, Centurion, Betway Centurion, have gone on bended knee to the struggling visiting Northam Rhinos, who win 29-12.
Is this not testimony that the Carlton Cup is alive and well? If a team at the bottom half of the lock can beat the second team, And then it also shakes things up for the rest of the season to make it interesting. I mean, everybody wants a competition where any team can beat any team, and today we saw exactly that.
Yeah, it's been a losing season. 3 losses from 5 matches played. And when we heard from the coach a little bit earlier today, Coach Flip de Kock was very, very certain that they've turned a corner and that they were starting to play the kind of rugby that he would like to see them play. Now, a week ago, they were losers to the Naka Bulls, the old foe. But prior to that, a 68-10 win over Impala means that they can play the kind of rugby that we saw here today, and they certainly turned it on. Crowd in full cry. The home team did not win today. They've been in support like we've seen all the way through Heritage Rugby. What a fantastic spirit maintained here at Centurion.
It's really, really good to see that both teams have smiles on their faces. I'm sure Centurion would be very disappointed, but they gave it their all, and happy to walk off the field knowing that they left everything on the field. Northam, on the other hand, smiling because they taste the sweet, sweet taste of victory.
Well, there we go. 29 points to 12 in favor of the Rhinos here over Centurion. And we look at the territory and possession in the second half. Much better, much closer. But it was all for naught because eventually the tries, 5 for Rhinos to the 2 of Centurion, meant that it's the visitors from Tabazimbi who walk away from Centurion 29-12 winners.
Mzansi football is about to change forever.
Football is freedom. Let's just go there and enjoy ourselves. Let's play. There's nothing impossible. We just go there and win the game.
Crunching tackles and lightning pace have a new face. Istende, Zamaya, and Ishibobo will be executed with perfection. Tactics will come alive with excellence and precision, just by the players you're yet to meet. Our names will be known from KwaZulu to the Free State. Our names will be praised from the Table Mountain to the hills of Venda. Because this time around, we, the women of Mzansi, take to the field. We're taking Itisti to new heights. Our home is football, and we love it here.
Double save! A double save!
Catch all the action of the Hollywood Bets Super League live on SABC 1, S3, DTT, and also available on Telkom 1. SABC Sport is the home of football.
Love sports? Well, you're sure to love Wednesdays as well.
Bench lethu lijimile. So throughout these 60 minutes, it truly is going to be epic.
Join Oliswa Zondo and Shampunizer as they dish it up for you. Get the juice, the 411. Get entertained and get to know your favorite athletes. Sport at 10. Live on SABC 1. Sport Channel on OpenView 124, SABC DTT, and on Telkom 1.
Lights out, W Series is underway. Oh, that's it! Jamie Chadwick's been hit! Oh, look at this! There's a change in the lead! And there's the move.
Head down and get up to the car in front.
Brilliant victory in the wet for Emma Kimmerleinen. Alice Powell gets through to give her the championship lead. Jamie Chadwick retains her crown in some style. This is W Series.
Risk everything, fear nothing, no regrets. Play hard or don't play at all, and rise to the top. Catch the finest of local talent in the Heritage Rugby, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, OpenView 124, and also available on Telkom 1.
Yeah, with Pierre van Jaarsveld, head coach of the Rhinos, after what can only be described as a memorable win. You came up to the Highveld here today. Give us your impressions of that 80 minutes.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. We actually played a bit of rugby today. We struggled for the last 2 or 3 weeks, or previous to that. I think against Naka last week we showed a bit of signs of getting back. I'm very proud of the boys, not just the starting 15, but the whole squad. Today they showed a bit of guts and a bit of heart, and the Northam Rhinos made us proud today.
The facets we know you for, the dominance that can be put in by your forwards, it was on display for the full 80 minutes today.
Yes, we went for a 6-2 split. We knew that Centurion has got a good pack of forwards, and we knew if we didn't get off the line, we're going to be in trouble. But I must say the pack of forwards were tremendous today.
Started leaving it a little bit late, but given the fact that there's still a good number of rounds left and you now in a decent position, you confident that you can make a run for the finals again?
Well, absolutely. We're going for that. I think if we don't go for that, there's something wrong. Yeah, I think, like I said, we had a bit of a teething problem this year with a lot of injuries. We struggled with that. There's no excuses, but the guys actually showed that today they want to play and they want to play some proper rugby, and we're very, very proud of them.
Well, fantastic. Good to hear from your coach, and well done. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
All right, now I'm going to ask you just to step to the side here, because a man who was instrumental in just about every facet of play today, I think undoubtedly our player of the match, Kwezim Kafu, hooker for the Rhinos today. Gutsa, what do you make of that 80 minutes of play today?
I think this was a fantastic for me. I mean, I'm coming from injury. I mean, for me to bounce back like this, then, I mean, it's a momentum for me to build up for the next game. So I guess this was a bit excellent for me, but I'll keep working hard.
That final few minutes, you played with a man down, but they simply could not get over your try line. What is it about the defense of the Rhinos?
No, the problem is, we've got a never die spirit. That's the only way what we're going to do.
And you've got people shouting in the background, because I don't think they don't agree with the player of the match performance today.
You don't have to worry about them, man.
Listen, what are your expectations for the rest of the season?
Obviously, we want to bounce back. I mean, we had some 2 losses against Naga Bulls and Tucks. I mean, those were close games. I think this is a step up for now. I think we want a third gear maybe. So, but then we want to push to go to that Vrupa, that Golf 6 gear. So that's what we want to go to.
Kwezi, good luck with the home fans here, because you've got to walk past them to go and celebrate this win for the rest of your players.
Enjoy that.
But there we go. Player of the match, Kwezim Kafu. We're going to take a quick little break, and then you're going to enjoy the highlights of what was an entertaining match here from Centurion Rugby Club.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Love sports? Well, you're sure to love Wednesdays as well.
Bench lethu lijimile. So throughout these 60 minutes, it truly is going to be epic.
Join Oliswa Zondo and Shampunizer as they dish it up for you. Get the juice, the 411. Get entertained and get to know your favorite athletes. Sport at 10. Live on SABC 1, Sport Channel on OpenView 124, SABC DTT, and on Telkom 1.
Main event of the afternoon.
SABC Sport commemorates Youth Month by standing up for what they believed. The youth of 76 made it possible for us to find ourselves united on the playing field.
It's their first time playing at this level. It's their first time playing as a group.
They've shown they can cause problems.
Is that right? Bruno, the show goes on.
SABC Sport wants to build today's youth.
They do have the support of the country.
Through sports, you can hashtag shape your future. Be who you want to be. Be what you want to be. Be iconic.
Lovely scenes here, and what a fantastic result it is.
Celebrate Youth Month with us. Don't miss a moment of all the live action on SABC Sport for the love of the game.
Jumpstart your weekend with a little B-Ball activity. NBA action brings you the best, the latest, and so much more this Friday at 7 p.m. What's really good in the world of boxing? Keep up. Watch Boxing Weekly this Friday at 7:30. And in the Top 14 final, Castles is up against Montpellier, live at 8:45 on SABC Sport on DTT, Telkom 1 and OpenView.
For the love of the game.
Will be fullback Timothy Townsend waiting for referee Stefan Galdenes to give him the signal to get matters underway. Timothy Townsend, a man who was born and raised in Nullspruit but has ancestry back into Wales, so much so his ambition is to play for that Welsh national team one day. Goes backward, yeah, and now a chance for the forwards of Rhinos to set something up. It was, I think, Kwesi Nkafu took that ball into contact and they spread it out wide. Cashwell Williams, Percy as we call him, just gives it to Valtagen, who misses the touch finder. It's picked up by Reinhard Skutter. And now it's Townsend with a good run through the middle here, but a fantastic tackle in the middle of the park. That's what Rhinos are known for, hard defense and a side you just don't want to scrum against.
Very good to see the guys giving the ball a bit of air and not resulting in a kicking battle. Great cleans and great carries from Centurion.
Had a little half gap there by fly off for Centurion, Quinton van Zyl. You see just the quality of the tackling here. That was Valtagen who took his man down. Now sniping.
Access denied.
Peg.
Access allowed.
Combined power of the telescope's reflecting crystals will complete my freezing engine. Yes. No matter what they tell you, Mr. Bain, it is the size of your gun that counts. Gun.
Where do you think you're going?
It's not a bat light, it's a robin signal. Ivy's calling me.
Her name is Pamela Isley. I saw her talking to Gordon. She must have stolen his keys and changed the signal.
Yeah, she did it for me, for love.
She's infected us with some sort of pheromone extract.
Oh, is that what it is, Bruce? I'm under some kind of magic spell?
She wants to kill you, Dick.
You would say anything to keep her away from me, wouldn't you? To keep her for yourself.
You once said to me that being part of a team means trusting your partner and sometimes counting on someone else is the only way to win. You remember that? You weren't talking about being partners. You were talking about being a family. So I'm asking you, friend, partner, brother, will you trust me now?
All the crystals are in place.
Thank you.
Hi! Oh, I'm sorry about the door. Is the party over?
Who is this nutball?
If revenge is a dish best served cold, then put on your Sunday finest. It's time to feast! Tonight, hell freezes over.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Identify. Identify.
Uncle Alfred, it's me, Barbara.
I expected you might find your way down here, child. As such, I programmed my brain algorithms into the Bat computer and created a virtual simulation.
I'd like to help Batman and Robin.
I anticipated you would and took the liberty to create something in your size.
Suit me up, Uncle Alfred.
Absolute players with him, does Kwesi Mkafu. He saw the gap, he peeled off, and there was simply no stopping him when the field opened up.
You can see Kwesi Mkafu is an experienced player. He waited. Then he saw a little bit of a gap. And he didn't only use power, some finesse.
Die hotklou van Percy Williams. En hierdie keer het hy hom goed getref en die vla word omhoog gehou. 2 punte bygevoeg. En bal deur die pale gesit het wat die kontak gevat het daar. Die groot vraag is Jannie Du Plessis, net hoeveel keer en fantastiese breek hier.
Oh la la. What a break. What a break. Does he have enough speed? Offload. That is a super try. What a try from their own half, just outside their 22, breaking some great interplay from forwards and giving it to the speedster to finish it in the corner.
Dit was eers, was dit Malope Masemola en Johannes de Tooy wat goed met mekaar gewerk het in die middel van die veld. En toe die spasie nou oopmaak, sien ons hier, kom die man wat op sy debuut is. PJ Besaid nou deur om nog 'n 3 te druk, derde in die eerste helfte hier vir Northam Rhinos.
Glad nie 'n slegte debuut as jy 'n 3 kan druk in jou eerste wedstryd nie. So baie wel gedaan. Goeie ondersteunende spel en mag ek sê tussen twee groot voorspelers, baie goeie interspel, baie goed in die vaste los, paas, vang, trek die man, paas weer, druk in die hoekie. Wonderlike rugby.
Ja, ek is seker hy voorspelers speel nie in die voorste ry nie, nee. Te veel balvaardighede.
Wel, as ek na Kwesi Mkafu kyk, dan lyk dit of hierdie voorry nogals bal in hulle het, hoor.
Ag, ons nou weer hier op 'n skop deur Kershaw Williams en hierdie een word links getrek en hy gaan nou ook nie deur die palle wees nie, so net die een skoppie suksesvol.
Please note that the official date for analog television switch off is imminent. If you're still watching television through an aerial, please take the following steps to continue watching your favorite programs on the SABC. Buy a digital tuner for your analog TV set and get connected. Buy any digital television decoder, either satellite or digital terrestrial, and get